Hello, First Mid-Atlantic, and welcome to the 2021 FMA Idea-A-Thon Award Show. Over the month of June, groups of students across the FMA region explored ways to continue to reduce climate change impacts as pandemic lockdowns are lifted. Teams were comprised of groups of 2 to 5 students, and the different solutions that teams came up with impressed the judges with their creativity and innovative ideas. From tackling healthcare waste to proposing legislation and reducing the production of gas vehicles, teams attacked the challenge from all angles. Tonight, we're going to recognize our top 3 teams and see what innovative solutions they came up with. In third place, and the winners of an engineering starter pack to each team member, here's what the judges had to say about their solution. This team directed our attention to the harmful effects of greenhouse gases. Their breadth of research and innovative really captured the judges' attention. Be sure to write your congressperson about the direct air capture technology. Congratulations to Dallas, Austin, and Kevin and their direct air capture solution. Let's check out their video to learn more.
Climate change has been an ongoing problem long before COVID-19. However, during this time, many people have not been driving as much, and many factories have limited their products and are only making and pushing out the immediately important products. This has resulted in our carbon emissions lowering. To continue our pattern as the lockdowns are lifted, we wanted to concentrate on an idea that would not only reduce our carbon emissions, but to not cause any other harm in the process. We decided from this to focus on direct air capture.
Direct air capture is the process of taking CO2 out of the ambient air and doing various things with your stem CO2. One use of this CO2 is storage, in which the CO2 is combined with other natural elements and pumped deep beneath the Earth's surface, where it can further turn to stone after many years. Another more efficient use of this CO2 would be to reuse it with a number of products. Not only are we able to use CO2 for products like carbonated beverages, but we are also able to use it in refrigerant, fire extinguishers, life rafts and jackets, foaming rubber, and even things like plastics.
The cost currently for DAC is very high. For 1 ton of CO2 extracted, it costs an average of $400. We want to focus on lowering this cost over the years of expanding the technology, along with acquiring more funding to investigate DAC. To accomplish this, we have written a draft of a bill and sent it to multiple members of both the Senate and the House. Not only did we send this to our local representatives, Todd Stevens and Pat Toomey, but also multiple members of the Environmental Committee, such as Kevin Kramer and Bernie Sanders. From this, we hope to gain more congressional notice to this topic and hopefully funding as well.
Although our topic of focus is direct air capture, there are many other ways to extract CO2. One of these ways is called carbon capture, and this is the process of extracting CO2 directly at the source of emissions, such as extracting it straight from the factory producing it. There are also many ways to remove CO2 not only from the air but from the oceans. This is currently done in submarines using lithium hydroxide to extract CO2 from the air. However, you can also use a liquid solvent direct air capture system. The reason we decided against the usage of this is due to the fact that the liquid solvent direct air capture system needs 1 to 7 tons of water per 1 ton of CO2 captured.
In addition to our research, we created a mini 3D printed version of a DAC conversion module. The future goal is that every household and business could contain these modules on a more reasonable scale to create a consistent transfer of CO2 out of the air. The goal is for this to massively change the concentration of CO2 to the point where we are decreasing the overall amount of CO2 compared to what we are outputting, potentially creating a much cleaner environment for us and the rest of the world.
In second place, and the winners of Android tablets to each team member, here's what the judges had to say. This team rose to the top of their leaderboard with their innovative approach to air pollution. They calculated the trends, interfaced with real people, and published it for the world to see. If you want to see how your city ranks, just check out the First to Change web app. Congratulations to Astrith, Taryn, and Aragia and their First to Change web app. Let's check out their video to learn more.
Hello, we are proud to present First to Change. Through creating a web app, we aim to provide a one-stop shop for climate change information. We provide sentiment, social, and climate trends through data visualization, a gamified leaderboard of CO2 emissions, and even a CO2 calculator.
We follow proper HCI protocol by making the homepage visual appealing, evenly spaced out, and complete access to the rest of the website.
On this page, we can see our social sentiment trends. It provides users with up-to-date awareness on climate change in an unbiased way, which is through sentiment analysis. We extract climate change tweets from Twitter by finding the positive and negative words, and then we map that compound value into dynamic graphs that constantly update. 3 different graphs we have include the daily average, the overall sentiment frequency, and a word cloud to provide multi-perspectivity, which results in deeper insight. In addition to this, we web scrape dynamic charts from the NOAA regarding carbon dioxide emissions and sea levels to help support our purpose of a centralized location. Driving factor is that the content is dynamically generated, which means it will always show the up-to-date trends.
We also include a climate change leaderboard. We used a CSV dataset and mapped it into a table that ranks the best to worst cities based on emissions, greenhouse gases, and transparency. This incentivizes users to improve their city. In the future, we want to make this more interactive, create filters, and etc. We also have a CO2 calculator that we added to our web app to create an individualized solution. This will impact every single user as each one can make a change. Simply enter in the power you use, and the computer calculates the number of trees you need to plant or the donation value needed to offset your consumption. The data and calculations for the calculator were taken from another GitHub repository.
Finally, to show our support, we created interactive About Us and Contact Us pages for proper performance and maintenance at all times. Now, our plans for the future are to also incorporate web scraping news from credible sources, add social media like climate change services, and of course, engaging several users.
Thank you, and you can check out our prototype at firsttochange.web.app.
Now for the winners of our first ever Idea-A-Thon and the winners of a 3D printer for each team member. This team brought new energy to the table with their innovative thinking. Their project really lit up the contest as they jumped through their calculations. Congratulations to Olivia, Dwayne, Lauren, Alan, and Diego for outstepping the competition with their Tang shoes. Let's check out their video.
Hello, we are the Pingy Robotics FRC Team 2577 and FTC Team 6069, and this is our Idea-A-Thon project. In order to reduce climate change impact as lockdowns are lifted, we've designed a model of a shoe that generates electricity whenever someone takes a step. As people exit quarantine and begin to spend more time outside of the house, our solution can become very effective in controlling climate change when greenhouse gas emissions rise again.
Humans are constantly generating kinetic energy from chemical energy stored in the body, and our goal is to use triboelectric nanogenerators to provide a way to convert that kinetic energy into electricity. Whenever a step is taken with the shoe we designed, dielectric EcoFlex and duct tape surfaces touch and then separate, creating a flow of electrons that goes into an electrode, which in this case is an aluminum sheet. The electricity generated amounts to 40 volts at 10 nanoamps, or around 700 nanowatts per step.
Here's a test of the model with the electricity output as well as the LED lights being powered by each step. Without the expense and dedication required for large-scale renewable energy sources such as solar panels and wind turbines, our solution is the perfect answer for those who aren't fully committed to tackling climate change. Thank you.
Wow, what innovative solutions these teams came up with! With these ideas, the sky is the limit for what you can accomplish. That's it for tonight's award show, so thank you everyone for joining us and have a great summer.